right? So we're gonna preheat the oven for 350, and we're gonna get this thing cracking. So here's our stuff all ready to go. Let's try to get this as best we can, like that, like we had it today, right? Oh. Here's your burgers. Now the process is, once you start, you can't stop. That's my theory, you know. So once you start making these, there's no room for error. You gotta see it through. So that's one of our pans there. It should go right. Let's do spray it down a little bit. No, why not, right? So, and this here, our meat, right here, right? And all the meat, right? Cheese. I find that prepping everything is really, you know, everything's prepped, you're good, because then you can just, you know, preparation is everything, and I'm gonna bore you with the prep part of this. But again, preparation pays in dividends, because and you can just move methodically through the process. And once you make the calzone and wrap it, you really don't want to let it sit in the dough, because it will, you know, it'll get soggy. So that's a thing too. You definitely don't want it to get soggy. The last thing you want is a soggy calzone. Okay, so I fear that I don't have enough this flour that I want, but you just kind of move it around like that. I think we'll be all right. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to get me. I want the burgers to steal my thunder, so we're gonna put these over here, like that. Alright? Alright, so let's, oh, and then you definitely wanna have, what you wanna do is, you wanna take all your ingredients, you wanna take all your condiments, because in essence it's a cheeseburger calzone. So you gotta have all these things ready, and you actually cook it into the calzone, which gives it a nice, you're gonna give it a nice, keep it nice and moist, you know, it's the way you wanna go. Take my word for it. How you gonna get all this stuff into the calzone once it's cooked? You can't, correct? All right, so there's a method to my madness. Shake everything up, because the worst thing you want is a shitload of water coming out in your thing. So let's rock it. Let's see if I still got it. Let's see if I can make calzones in the free world like I used to make them in the can. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to do it. Yeah. See, again, no, I don't love that there's no. So what you want to do is this. Okay, so what you want to do is this. You wanna kind of work it. Hey, all right. Let's work it. Let's work it. Okay. So you're gonna work the dough like this with your fingers, right? Just keep moving it around like that. Flip it a few times. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of the dough. Don't be scared of the dough. All right. All right, there you go. It's a little tough, I won't lie, but you work the edges and keep evenly pushing it, because you don't want it to rip in any spots. So All right, and then I'm working with a pan that looks to be about 18 inches, so I'll make 3 18-inch calzones, cut them in about 1.5 inch pieces, maybe 2 inches, and then everybody in the house can see how good I am, and they'll be more than happy to post and repost, and I can make all my family and friends that have supported me over the years happy that I finally found something that I could do and do well and actually make a career of it. I think I mentioned before that the Gavin Foundation is going to actually send me to culinary school, where I'll be able to get a degree. And I've never actually worked in a formal kitchen. In a big kitchen. Prison kitchens don't count. I enjoyed being a prep chef years ago, but I've always enjoyed creating, and it's more watching the person that you're feeding and their reaction. I watch their face and I watch the eyes, because usually right away when they put something in your mouth that you just made, you can tell right away if they like it, because their eyes will shoot up. All right, so what I like to do with the burgers is, all right, so you got to remember everything on the bottom is going to be on the top, because you're going to flip it. So you want your cheese and your condiments on top, because then you want them to run through the product. So you're going to put your cheese, so in essence, you're working in reverse, basically. So your cheese goes down like that. Now, I probably could make this a little bit wider, but you know what? Nobody's complaining around here so far. Everything I've made has been pretty delicious, so let's go on the assumption that I'm my own worst critic. So what you want to do with the burgers is you're going to cut them, so you can kind of like off-center them a little bit, because you want to make it where you can fit all the product in there, and you kind of want it to, you want to kind of fluff it up, because that's the whole thing, presentation. Who wants to buy a flat, skinny calzone at a store for $15 or whatever they're charging around here? So you want to you want to give the customer a good product, So what I like to do now is I like to go across the meat with the condiments. You could put them on the cheese, and again, it would drizzle through everything. And in other cases, I've sometimes made just like a sauce. So I would mix all these condiments together, and then just, kind of just drizzle that on there. So the relish is always a problem. I love relish. It's chopped up pickles. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I do. And this is sweet relish, so it's pretty delicious if you like sweet relish, I guess. So then you're going to put our bacon. You know what? We're going to go a little more cheese. Who's ever going to complain about more cheese, right? So we put the cheese. Now we've already spiced up the meat, and we're going to do a nice egg wash and garlic butter on the top, so we don't really need to put any more spices in that regard. So, and then usually, like I said, you want to have everything portioned out. I want everybody to get a nice mouthful of bacon and cheese and everything. So I'm making 3 calzones. So you see here, I got 3 nice piles of bacon, like that, and you can bring a side of Lipitor for your arteries after you eat this. That's up to you how you want to do it. All right. So what you want to do is you want to take your end of your calzone like that, and you just want to kind of like, it'll stick. You could use a little bit of water to stick it. I could use a fork sometimes. That ain't bad, But like, you just got to be careful. It's gonna stay together once you wrap it. It'll stay together. I'm liking the way this is looking. So, and like that. So you'll go like this. One flip, right? And then you're just gonna roll this sucker. Just like that. Here's your calzone. That's a wrap. All right? Now, in the can, we sell them much smaller than this for $4 or $5. You know, I keep the cost low because I want everybody to enjoy it. But you'll get a calzone like that, and a guy will say, hey, that's a little small. So I go back to the cell and I do just like this. You give it a little wiggle, a little stretch, and now you tell the guy, is this one better than the one I was just gonna give you? And he's like, oh yeah, that's much bigger. Boom. So you got that. Okay, so you're gonna put that on your pan. This oven is, okay, it's up to 280. I'm wondering why I'm sweating. I thought I was getting nervous. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna work out good. Ready? Let's put a little powder down here, a little flour for the thing. Boom. Okay. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right, so we'll do 6. We'll do 6 burgers in each. All right, I think that's what we did in the last one. And this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Oh yeah, see that last one I made, I think that was the ball that was a little tougher at the end. So this is the first one I made, and it was probably the best dough ball out of the 3 I made. So, and you know, you just wanna go easy with the roller. It'll work itself out. Make sure you just keep moving it around so it doesn't stick, right, like that. I think your dough and your crust is the big seller. You know, if it comes nice and get that nice, you know what I'm talking about? It's just that bite when you bite into a pizza crust or a dough. You know, you want it to just be, you want everything to melt. Everything's supposed to be working together here. All right, so we'll just do that. This one here. That's it. You know what? This might be, you know, unfortunately I don't have the pan big enough, so we're gonna have to just do the 6, I guess, because this looks like a really good dough ball, and but that's okay. Let's lay our cheese down. Remember, everything on the bottom is gonna be the top. So I've done it plenty of times, rushing around. We used to have to cook in microwaves, so I'm down my cell getting everything ready, and 1 minute the microwave's open, the next minute there's 12 guys out there, you know, cooking their whatever they're cooking, and now I got calzones all wrapped up, and you know, we're trying to, I got a business to run. So let's try to spread these out nice like that. Oh yeah, this is gonna be nice. This is a good calzone right here. I'm wondering, am I gonna fit this thing on that pan? I wonder if a little layover would be okay. I don't think anyone would complain, right? Okay, that. Plenty of cheese. There's no shortage of cheese here. So let's bring it that way. You know, just work it out. You know, just like that. Now for me, these burgers look like they're a little, I wouldn't say dry, but you know, again, I'm my own worst critic. We've already gone over that. So let's do this. Right, you can just put a little bit of ketchup on there. A little bit of mayo. You know, it all comes together, believe me. I wouldn't stay in the wrong direction. This is this hustle in the can made me a lot of money. A good friend of mine who taught me how to make these things when he was being released, he asked me, he says, Stevie, he goes, do you want me to send you 50 a week for canteen, or do you want the calzone recipe? I says, I'll take the calzone recipe. So that's a joke between us. He's a good boy. He helped me. He's a very good friend. You'll meet him soon. This is just a feeler to see if anybody's interested in seeing an ex-convict in a halfway house cook food every Saturday morning. I'm pretty sure that I will get a lot of followers, and I say this, I don't really get the fascination with people that have been in prison. I've been in and out of prison my whole life. Quite frankly, it was an awful experience. But on the flip side, it was a learning experience. And not to sound terribly cliche, but if I didn't go through the things I went through, I wouldn't be here rolling a calzone up for you on a Saturday morning in a drug program, trying to change my life. So I guess it was worth it in a way, but we'll find out when the calzones are done, and we'll look at all my buddies' faces, and then I'll let them tell you, because everybody's pretty supportive, and they're telling me, yeah, we'll post it, we'll repost it. All right, I'm gonna go this way with it because see, there's a little rip there, like that. Look at this. Are you kidding me right now? This is like, are you shitting me? You know you pay $25, $30 for a calzone like this in a shop. You know that, right? I mean, that is a friggin' gorgeous calzone. So, let's move that bacon out of the way. I hope I'm getting this. I don't know. I'm looking at the camera angle, and something's telling me that at other angle, the other video footage I took was different. So we got this pan here. Okay, so just hit that like that. I'm not really sure if you really need that, but again, I don't want to. I'd rather be safe than sorry. It's not gonna hurt it if you grease up your pan. That's the thing. So let's do that. All right. Here's your last dough ball. Right, like that. Okay, this is a nice one too. It's a good one. It's a good one. Just move it around. That. So next week we're gonna make banana bread. So what happens is we had a lot of food donated to us here, and for the most part, I'd say 95% of it is, how do I say it? I don't know. Like, we may get a box of bananas and they may already have begun to ripen, for lack of a better word. So what we do is we try to use everything. We're like the Eskimos and people that grew up in a different time. We didn't waste anything. You used everything. The Eskimos use every piece of the whale, from lamp oil to tools and culinary things to prepare other food. So we try to do the same thing here at Gavin because we're very grateful for everything that's given to us. So we'll take food like the bananas and maybe a bunch of bread. We get tons of bread around here. And we'll just, we'll fugazi it up, we'll figure it out, smash up the bananas and break up the bread, throw some cinnamon sugar, but we'll get to that next week. We're not gonna give up all my secrets in this first episode, but that's what you can look forward to next week. So, some weeks we'll do calzones, other weeks we'll do some confectionery delights, and then once you people become my friends and my buddies, you can let me know what you want me to make for you, and I'll do that too. And I'll try to stay in the right direction on how to make some cheap, easy meals, delicious. I used to watch this guy called Frank Chalenza. The guy was a beast. I'm telling you, he was good, and he had this way about him. He's actually, I believe, I want to say he was a 4-star chef. Is that a thing? And he just had like the gift. I mean, he could take $20 and make a meal that would feed 4 and be like with room for the leftovers, and good quality. Show you how to make stuff from scratch. Things like making your dough may not seem a lot, but in today's times where not only is money sometimes tight, but also you get to the supermarket and they don't have any pre-made dough balls anymore, so you can't go wrong with getting yourself a nice big bag of flour, and in a pinch you can make your own. Why not, right? Fresh is better. Pretty sure that's a thing. But if it's not, then I hereby copyright that. Fresh is better. I said it first. Okay, so there's your bacon. And there's that. Okay, so let's do this. I like to clean as I go because it's just awful having to do dishes and stuff. I just don't like it. It's awful. We're trying out a couple pieces of cheese on this guy. Okay, so let's just tagging the ends like that is key, because now that's the end of your calzone, and nothing's gonna fall out or drip out in a perfect world, you know. Okay, so there you go. You don't really need the fork. I mean, I use the fork, but you don't need the fork. The fork is not a necessity. You can tag it a little bit. Sometimes the fork it will rip on you, so just lightly. If you can get it right away, then that's it. So we're gonna do that, right? And kind of just tuck it and hold it. You know, you've seen how I did it already. So there's a nice one. All right, so but what we're gonna do with this one, we're gonna stretch it out a little bit, because I think we can get away with that. We can stretch that out a little bit, get away with it like that, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in the pan, and then we're gonna make our egg wash. And this is something we didn't have in the can, or, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, if I came across a fresh egg, I was eating it myself. I'm sorry. I took care of my customers very good with my calzone business, but some things in life you just have to enjoy yourself. But here at the Gavin Foundation, we have tons and tons of eggs and free food, so guess what? Egg wash for our calzones today. My buddy's over here smiling. It's going to be my podcast, Mark. I'm going to try to launch it every Saturday morning, Cooking with Stevie at the Gavin Foundation, right?
Yeah.
People love a success story, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm a first timer at this. This is probably one of the only times I'm a first timer in anything, to be honest with you. So I guess you're supposed to go like this or whatever, right? Okay, there it is. See, they do make it look easy on TV. I'm like, they make that look too easy on TV, man. If I did that, because I'm a clumsy guy, so usually I will be making a big mess. But I got plenty of stuff at my disposal, and I hate to waste eggs, so we're not going to waste these here. We're going to do something with these. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a nice egg white omelet for my friend Mark in a little bit.
What's in them?
The calzones are cheeseburger with bacon.
Wow.
So,
Chef Emerald.
yeah, I'm Chef Emerald. I don't know, can we say his name on other podcasts? Will we get in trouble for that? Emerald, you're not getting a cut of this. You're doing all right yourself, man. You know, let the little guy live. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, yep, see, I told you. I had a good run. All right, that's all right. That's all right. I got 4 more dozens in there, man. I could do this all day.
Oh, you cleaning that? How do you do it?
All right, now there we go. Like that.
Just getting the whole water.
Right, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that little
You
yolk.
can clean it out like that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
So, what do you think, Paulie? All I need is 3 yolks, right? It's just a little bit, right?
Nice egg wash.
Like that. So what? Just the eggs, just the yolks, right? We ain't got a brush up here, right? I got this right here.
Yeah. Put it
So-
on, paint it on there nice.
All right, move that on.
Got
a
rubber
little.
glove over there.
Well, I've been raw dogging it because everybody knows that Stevie, the prison chef, is always washing his hands, and that's what we do.
You got the grated cheese?
I got the grated
Yeah.
cheese right here, but I'll put that on.
No salt, though. Just put a little pepper.
I don't
and
want to
some
do that
garlic.
right before I want to do it after I cook it. No,
No, you want to cook it in, put it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I'll do it your way.
Well,
I'm
I'll
sorry,
take your word for it. All right, I never did it like that. I take your word for it. You're my friend. You're a good cook.
Hold on, don't be afraid.
I'm nervous.
Did you want to grease the pan?
I did grease the pans.
Yeah.
Right, like that. Right, we got to get one of them brushes. There's probably one in there, but you know,
I told you, use a glove.
well, at this stage, you know, I just rub it in like this. Look at, ready? It's a thing like that, so you can see that. Now what'll happen is this is gonna get a nice brown. This is gonna be, this is how you do it right here now. Right? You think that's too much, or
No, not at all.
you think that's good?
Yes, it is.
Now how long? Now
The sides,
what is
everything.
that?
Eggs. Yeah.
So how long you think we should keep this in the
Listen,
oven,
just
Paulie?
put it in there. You'll see it turn nice and brown. You got the oven heating up?
The oven's preheated, dude.
All right. Yeah. Good.
It's 1,000 degrees in here, bro. I'm dying. All right, so we got that.
Sides.
My friend Paulie says I should put a little bit of salt and pepper
No,
on it.
no salt. Just pepper.
Just a little
and
pepper.
cheese, and you got,
right,
you got
let's
the
use-
garlic.
I'm gonna do the garlic rub afterwards. I make the garlic butter afterwards, so I'm just gonna do a little crack on the top like that, just for thing. But then at the end, when we put the garlic butter, then we're gonna put all the cheese on. I guess we could put the cheese. You know what? I
Put the
guess.
cheese on now. You want to cook it to the fucking.
Oh, this is a family show. What are you swearing for? No, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. See, now you just limited our audience. We can only, you know what I'm talking about.
Don't be afraid.
I'm nervous. What do you want me to tell you? You're a better chef than me,
No, I'm not.
and I'm
You do
trying to
good.
friggin' run a podcast here, and that's like me doing this in front of Emerald. I don't know what I'm doing. I
Well,
pretended
you
like I
did
knew what I
both.
was doing before this guy came here, but he knows what he's
Just
doing.
showing you. Sprinkle all the cheese on there.
That's the good thing about the Gavin Foundation and being in recovery. I'm not afraid to ask for help.
I use your
Okay.
bowl. Just stick your fingers in there like this. You're wasting another bowl. Right? There you go. There you go.
Get it right in there. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
All right.
Same thing.
All right, like that,
There you
right?
go.
Just put it right on.
Put it right on. Don't touch.
All right.
There you go.
And let it get its natural thing.
All right,
Yeah, you know what? Because this will get nice and brown.
Yeah, it's all
Nice
gonna
and
be
crispy, right? Yeah.
What you want. Now I would sprinkle a little garlic powder on, but you're gonna make.
I don't know
sauce,
if we
right?
could, well, if we're gonna do this, I guess the reason why we didn't do this before, where we came from, was because it was tough to cook in the microwave. So, but now that we
Listen to
got
me, we
ovens,
got ovens now. We ain't prison anymore.
this isn't a prison
Yeah,
podcast.
it's in the prison.
All right, so unfortunately,
Downstairs.
we got screwed on the garlic. I thought we had more
I'm
in
gonna
here.
buy some. Next time we go to the store.
So there's
Just sprinkle
probably,
what you can on
I
there.
don't think there's
There you
thing,
go.
because the garlic rub is everything. But we already know we cooked the burgers
Yeah.
and everything. So we're about to go in the oven.
Yeah.
Paulie, slide them in the oven while I video you. All right, can you help me out? This is my good friend Paulie.
Don't video me.
All right, well we're not gonna video your face. Can I video you putting it in the oven? I'll edit out your belly. All right, is that gonna make you happy,
Now
honey?
don't open this. Let it get nice
I'm
and
gonna
brown.
let it just cook. I'm not one of them guys that gotta keep looking. All right? So we're gonna keep it in there bare minimum. What are we talking?
You can tell. Let's stay in there about a half hour.
About a half
And look at-
hour,
look at nice and
350.
brown and crispy, and you'll just pull it
All
out.
right, so we're gonna come back in a half hour and check this out, and we're gonna see what it looks like. All right?
You can tell that just
And
right.
this is my
Just
favorite
nice and
part,
brown.
the cleanup. This friggin' stinks. All right, guys.